it is quite clear that all of us we've started feeling the heat. So we need to gear up, and most of the institutions they are heading towards doing something, and some kind of productivity is coming out of it. So yeah. So taking forward, there have been many initiatives in higher education in terms of the technology integration as introductory remarks, very well, comprehend all those, that how we can identify technology. Is there any thumb rule to identify technology or embrace technology? There is no such rule, right? And but my experience that we have been, burnt our finger many times where, 10 years back, with the so-called concept of ERP trying to deploy, but we miserably failed. And we did it a couple of times, but we never got, succeeded. But I don't know why we fail to integrate technology in our processes, whether the processes are too cumbersome to be incorporated into the technology framework or vice versa. So either the flexibility is required within the technology or the processes are to be changed so that the technology can be incorporated, and it's debate whether we are working towards managing the the teaching and learning, the future of today's teaching of learning, or teaching and learning of the future, right? So it's an internal debate we have been doing all the time. So if it is we're talking about the future, then what technology, what framework? Then we have been hearing a lot of technology framework, whether it's the cloud or the SaaS, or today I think one beautiful term I heard that the CAS, the course as a service, is a fantastic term. So I think this is going to grow, and also I've been hearing that the 360-degree, kind of a concept where you can monitor the student's activity, and you can make a fantastic analysis of the students, how the life is happening. But on the other side, my observation is you are giving too much freedom to the students, right? So we are calling the degree of freedom, right? On the other side, where is the degree of freedom for the faculty to teach, right? So are we taking care of that degree of freedom? So I think there's a mismatch. I may be wrong, but these are the deliberations we have been doing, and we are talking and discussing on the different forums. So as far as the integration of new frameworks, new technology to make education more productive, there are certain observations where can we completely transform, right? And the question is how much time is going to take. It depends on the diversity, plurality within the institutions and the universities we embrace, and I think we enjoy the diversity across the India. So there is no single solution can make or bring in the change what we are. Every institution is looking forward, right? And also how to work around the pedagogy, right? And each one of us in this room, I think we still remember who taught us in the school days. Why do we remember that particular teacher? Each one of us, we are still remembering one particular teacher of any subject, right? And that is the pedagogy. So how do we integrate those kind of concepts in today's transformation as we are committed to, bring in the transform with the help of technology or maybe other components of the technology world. So I think is a very interesting area where we have been doing a lot of research work and teaching and learning technologies, and new models are evolving, and it's really pleasing to see different models. There are different outcomes. There are different the power or the capacity to engage students or the learner. But I think we need to also look at the educator, how we need to engage educator within the framework. So it's a single point of delivery to the thousands of students. So students are getting benefited, but I think there is something, as I think Mr. Raj has rightly pointed out, we have tons of content, right? But are we looking at the aggregation of that or the categorization of that to make it more, more available to the student what he's looking for in terms of the freedom to learn, and also from whom he would like to learn, right? So there is no issue of the content, but the aggregation and categorization and what kind of the components or to cater to the diversity of the students and all the fraternity, teaching and learning fraternity in India. How to cater to that kind of requirement. So there's some of the observation we'll move on to.